How's it going, guys? It's the Pixelated Pumpkin, and this is Broken Spine Girl, or now known as Exorcist Emily, a Techie Toys Halloween 2025 animatronic sold exclusively on HalloweenCostumes.com. If you want to purchase this thing or anything else on HalloweenCostumes.com, please use the link in the description below. They'll get you 15% off, and you'll also be helping out the channel, so it's a win-win situation. Anyways, as most of you already know, Broken Spine Girl was originally sold at Spirit Halloween all the way back in 2014, and since then, us fans have been begging for her return, and HalloweenCostumes.com has finally delivered. So in today's video, I'll be walking you through this entire animatronic from bare feet to black hair head to her ugly face, and you'll be seeing everything about this animatronic, and I'll be giving you all the details. So if you're interested in purchasing this thing, this video should help you out. And if you're just here to hear about the animatronic and see it go, that's fine as well, because you'll also be getting the full demo at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Anyways, let's get started with the review. To start off, we're gonna talk about the design of this thing, and I have to say it is pretty much exactly the same as her 2014 counterpart, and that is for sure a good thing. Her face is exactly the same and really scary, to be honest with you guys. I think this is one of the most haunting and frightening, possessed woman animatronic faces I think we've ever seen. I'm so happy they kept it pretty much identical to the 2014 version, though I'll be honest, I would maybe like to see eyebrows in the updated design, but I still think it looks fine. And I honestly am happy they didn't change anything, because people probably would have been upset, but she does look really scary, and I absolutely love those dead white eyes. Of course, they will light up, which we'll talk about later, but I think they look good. Her face material is made out of vinyl as well, so that is never gonna dry rot, which is fantastic. I am really tired of seeing animatronics with latex faces when they could so easily just use vinyl instead, and that will never ever dry rot, so she will be preserved for a long, long time. I honestly think the vinyl looks better than latex, so I think that is all around an A+. Her hair is just pretty much the same old black fibers and the hair fibers they use on any old animatronic, so not too much to talk about there. Her gown and dress, however, is again pretty much the same as the 2014 version. I really like the creepy cloth, and I like the ruffles she has. Kind of reminds me of like a really old school Victorian era sort of dress, so it makes her feel like a sort of from another time period, which I think adds to her creepiness for sure. Her hands are just I believe, maybe like a thick vinyl or just, a plastic. So these are fine. You don't have to worry about really anything with those. They do look very creepy, and I like how they're posed, really cool. And finally, we do have to talk about this, unfortunately. We have the feet. They look fine. It is interesting to see a barefoot woman animatronic. I know there are a handful of people out there who really like that, but me personally, I'm fine with it. It's a good design, I guess. I wouldn't imagine her wearing shoes considering her sort of get up here, but other than that, I think this is a fantastically designed animatronic, and she holds up perfectly from her 2014 counterpart, and it is so good to have her back exactly the same. All right, now let's talk about the animation, and this is probably the highlight of this prop, because this is really the only prop that sort of has an animation like this. This year we did actually get another one at Spirit Halloween, but she bends back slowly. That's Back Bend Bonnie. I prefer the much faster, much scarier sort of jump scare motion this one has, and I think it looks great. So the jump scare, again, is just phenomenal. I mean, it could move a little bit faster, and I believe the older model did, but that was such a faulty mechanism. The updated mechanism definitely moves a little bit slower, but I think it's definitely for good reasons, because I can imagine if it moved just as fast as the original, it'd end up breaking. The head movement is also awesome. I love how she has mouth movement and head turning. That's just so much packed in there for a prop that, like, honestly, you wouldn't really see it on too often. Like, she is facing the opposite way, so I don't think most people would expect to get mouth animation, but I really am happy she has it. So overall, I think the animation, there's a lot going on here, especially with the back bend, and that is definitely the #1 best thing about this animatronic, so the animation is fantastic. And now we'll talk about the lighting and audio. As you can see, she has two very bright red eyes, and this is the only part about this animatronic that differs from the 2014 model. The original 2014 model actually had white glowing eyes. I much prefer the red ones. I believe that the prototype of this back when, they were making it for Spirit Halloween way back when, actually did have red eyes, so I honestly think that is a great change that they brought back from an even older version of the original prop and put onto this thing. So I think the red eyes look great. honestly, red eyes are not seen that often on Halloween animatronics. I have no clue why, because this looks awesome. And for the audio, she only has one phrase, but it is that same horrific sounding screaming and crying, and just everything that you know for the 2014 version is back on this, and the audio quality is great. They updated the speakers and everything, so it sounds even better, and the audio is super scary. I mean, her screaming is honestly like grating on your ears in the best way possible, and is sure to scare a lot of kids and people in general this Halloween. So I do love the audio and lighting. I think it's great. So with all the design stuff done, let me tell you some extra details about this animatronic. Now for some extra information about this prop you probably want to know. She retails, I believe, for $260 normally, but if you're watching this video when it hopefully comes out, I believe she's on sale for a pretty hefty discount, and my discount code will actually stack with that discount, so you'll be getting an extra 15% off of whatever percentage she's already knocked off. So that is really awesome, and you'll be helping yourself out if you decide to get this thing. So I think $260, kind of a fair price. You know, back in the day, it was a lot cheaper, but I think you're also getting a much better animatronic than the 2014 model, because this thing will actually work and stay working. The quality does seem to be pretty good, so I would not worry about her being as faulty as the 2014 version. Everything's been updated, so please do not worry about that at all. Obviously, they would not sell this thing again as if it was as faulty as the original. They really did improve it, so don't worry about that. Setup is super easy on this thing. It literally takes less than 5 minutes if you know what you're doing. And even if you don't, their instruction manual is very helpful, and you'll get this thing literally set up in 5 minutes. So that's really all I have to say about this one. Now for my final thoughts. All right, everybody, now for my final thoughts. Does Broken Spine Girl, or now she's called Exorcist Emily, hold up after all these years, and was she worth bringing back? I say absolutely. I am so happy to have her back, pun intended, because she breaks her back, as you all know. Anyways, I do think you should buy this, and I do think you should use my discount link. And I'm not just saying that. This is an animatronic I've wanted back for so long now. I've been asking companies, emailing them to bring this thing back, and HalloweenCostumes.com always delivers on what the fans want. So that is a great reason to also shop from them, because they will keep bringing back stellar animatronics from the past like this if you keep shopping from them. So there is some motivation to purchase this thing right here. Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you've waited long enough, now take a look at the full demo.
Where did everybody go? They're all gone.
And you're next!